All right, Shalom. Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick one. Through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, and only our brothers to edify. Through the spirit. I'm just going to read a couple of scriptures. And Hosea. Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Ecclesiastes 1 and 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight. That which is wanting cannot be numbered. Daniel 4 and 17 says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the holy ones to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whosoever he will. He set up over it the basis of men. And who's the basis of men? Whose souls that is not upright in him? Esau. All right, Esau. Esau is the worst of the worst. Esau is, the Lord does not consider him. Period. Genesis 25 and 21. It says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So Isaac prayed to the Lord. He went to the seer and asked for his wife to have a child. They've been together for a minute, right? So the children struggled together within her. And she said, if so be so, why am I thus? So obviously Isaac got with his wife and she ended up getting pregnant, right? But this was supposed to be a blessing. Now, when you go into the scriptures, back then, women that couldn't have children, they called them old maids. It was a shameful thing for a woman not to be able to have a child, especially at a peak of her life, which goes from the day that she have a menstrual, which is usually by age of 12, onto her rest of her life. That's why she have plenty of eggs in her body, so she could bring forth a lot of children. This is why when the angel told Abraham that his wife shall conceive, she laughed, because back then they knew things. They knew how the body goes. At a certain age, damn near 100 years old, it's impossible. But there's nothing impossible to the Lord. All right. So Rebecca had the same situation. She wasn't 100, but she was of a certain age. And when she finally got pregnant, it was like, this is a blessing. I got pregnant. But then why are these children are fighting? So when you go into the word struggle together, is Ratazah. It says to crush, oppress, to crush, get crushed, be oppressed, to crush, oppress, crushed, to be crushed. So the two children, unbeknownst to them, would literally try to kill one another. Survival of the fittest. Why? Because these are two different spirits, two different people. Okay, this is two different people. It says this, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If so be, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of the Lord. And she didn't go up to any old person. She went. The ancient law is this: if a woman wanted to speak to the Lord of some sort, she had to go through her husband. If I'm not mistaken, the husband could block her blessing, because technically her husband is the Lord. So Isaac had to go intrigue to have to go into a seer, like what's going on. And this is what the Lord said. The Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. So was it two nations? No, two people that was going to bring forth a great nation. All right. And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So two manner of people going to be separate. So the Lord just made two mighty bloodlines within one man. All right. And they were twins. And one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So this is giving us a clue of the characters that was in there, which I read a couple of scriptures that the one character named Esau, he was just completely off. All right. He was just off because naturally he is off. He's in another time zone while everybody else is on right. This is the same rulers of the world today. So I got a quick video. It's funny. So starting in January. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. They're just soulless, yo. Fucking soulless beings, man. They have no rhythm, no nothing. Look at them, look at them. I had to stop the music because it's so horrible. This clip is just is it's funny, right? I got another one real quick. Hold on. Here comes another soulless one. Ain't got money for shit, ain't got money for a bitch, baby I'm broke. Ain't got money for shit, ain't got money for a bitch, baby I'm broke. If I got money, I just got paid. Got bills to pay, so get the fuck out my face. If I had money, it's gone the next day. On the 9 to 5 shit, substitute shit. Don't quit your day job, of course not a bitch. Shut the fuck up talking. I'm trying to get rich, trying to money slip the blue. Right now, just got the one, trying to raise the funds. So I'm not going out tonight. I'm not going out this week. I'm trying to stick to the sink. And if I can't get there, then I'm going nowhere. And then that's what proves that they're not the people. All right. They're not the people. This can't be it. Other than Eminem, which Eminem is not an Edomite, what talented individuals do they have? Now, they're supposed to be a dominant species, right? They're supposed to be the most dominant people on the planet Earth. They claim to be superior. They can't barely sing. They can barely dance. They can barely do anything. When the scripture says they were separated from the womb, they literally are separated. These people were just created. They did some mockery. All right, they was created to be the adversary, a doppelganger, what they called modern day today. All right, another you in another universe or some shit like that. But this was this is in real life. A twin that had no soul, really. Okay? It says, when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. He didn't come out hairy. All right. They use this terminology as a point of what? If I can remember, is it Genesis? I mean, not Exodus 25th chapter? Let me see if I could get this classic. Uh, this is why you're supposed to read the scriptures line upon line, here a little, there a little. It's the scriptures, like everything else that the spirit of the Lord is, everything is spiritual. Okay. Nah, I gotta. It should be up here. I haven't read it in a while. Salakia. There it is. It's the Wadiyabashmi. It says Genesis 25:5. Ram skin dyed red, badges, skins, and shittim, wood. So ram skins were dyed red. All right. There was another one that says goat hair dyed red. So they use certain animals to dye the garments. Let's see if I'm Genesis. That's the other one. Wow, that was the spirit. I was just going with the flow. Genesis 35:23, and every man with who was found blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and red skins of rams and badger skins bought them. Why? Because they was building. There's another. See, so the Lord. Was it by accident? No. Everything is written was written for a pattern. Okay, they use goat's hair to use the dye to make it red. So Esau didn't come out hairy. He was just born different. He lacked pigment, right? He didn't have no melanin in his skin. He lacked melanin. Okay, so that's the vision that. Well, not the vision. That's exactly what happened. It says, and they call his name Esau, which is Ishashwa. So Esau, which means wasted away is he. So he was wasted from the outer appearance, and he was spiritually he was off. All right, he was completely off, and you could clearly see today that these people are off, out of tune, out of beat. Like, well, you just find some random Edomites. Nah, that's their spirit. Okay, they just come. They're completely off. They out of tune. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Let's go look up the word astray. Is zawar, to be strange, be a stranger, to become estranged. Strange, other, strange. That's not a what? Loathsome. So they're loathsome. People can't stand them because they're off. All right, they off tune. This man is death incarnated. Where everybody's involved in life and making life, they're just completely off. It says, and after that came his brother out, which was Jacob. And there was no reason to explain Jacob's complexion because Jacob looked like a normal person. All right. And this is why the Lord said this. Let me get to use the other one about Jake. Deuteronomy 7:6. It says, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all nations. So above all people, actually I was supposed to read the other one, but I'm gonna read this anyway. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we're a special people. Actually, this isn't one. All right, we're special, chosen. Special people do special things. Special people will make their environment more special. So much so that everybody wants to be around you. So much so, even though we're the worst part of our life, you still want us to bring joy to you. All right. Psalms 137 and 1, it says, by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remember Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required us of mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. Because why? We stuck out. All right? Singing, dancing, you name it. Creating. Everything that we do is special. This is why the Lord, when Yahushua came into the scene, and he wasn't talking about the physical attributes, but he was alluding to the blessing that we carry regardless. All right? We're a special people. And when we are in the right tune, there's nothing that we can't do. Matthew 15 and 3. I mean, 15, 5 and 13. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have no sorry, but if the salt have lost its savor, obviously these people have no savor. All right. They have nothing good about them. They have no salt. There's a particular wrestler. He's supposed to be a small hatter. He got the nerve to say that he's the salt of the earth. I mean, he might be a Jake, but the nerve to say that you're the salt of the earth. Y'all don't even create anything. Nothing about you is original. All right. It says, wherefore, wherewith shall it be salted? It's thenceforth good for nothing, but to cast out the trod underfoot. So we are the salt of the earth. The Lord created us to be a special people. All right. Everything we touch is blessed. If any of the descendants of Abraham was a living vessel of the blessing, would be Israel, because that's the royal lineage. With Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, all the way down to Issachar, we stick out like a sore thumb. Anything that we do, excellency. We're literally the embodiment of excellency. While Esau, on the other hand, he's an embodiment of the complete opposite, soulless. Okay? He's a soulless being. It says, and after that he came his brother, back in Genesis 25 and 26, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 70 years old when she bare him, 60 years old. Another blessing. All right. It doesn't matter the age of a Jake. Jake is life embodiment. I just wanted to bring that out. It's fun. I find that quite hilarious. These soulless beings, and they still to this day think that they're superior. Superior beings will stick out no matter what they do. All right. Henceforth to be superior. Okay. So that being said, shalom to the elect in the nations. Shalom.